press conference with Ben Olsen. Ben, if you want to give us your thoughts ahead of the match tomorrow with Mazatlan, we'll start off with that.
Yeah, we've done some work on them for the last few days, and good team. Aggressive at times, and will match us one for one around the field in a similar way as our last opponent. And so I think that game should prep us for this one. And I think we're certainly in a position right now to mix the group up a little bit and get some guys some minutes that haven't had it in a while. And so we're looking forward to seeing that group compete. But the desired result is still to win the game and put ourselves back in a position where we could advance in the tournament. Still going back to the last game, I was still looking through the game. There's still a lot of good there. Again, I think it's a game where we shot ourselves in the foot, and we played a high-quality opponent that punished us for the few big mistakes we make. And that's what happens, and hopefully we learn those lessons. But that's a little bit of what Leagues Cup is about for us. Yeah, of course we want to advance, but this is also still a group finding its way, and we're using this as well to build momentum and rhythm, and also identify what our best group is for the last stages of the regular season, so we can make a push for the playoffs.
Great. Luis?
Morning, Coach.
Right.
So after the result against Tigres, that doesn't, when I knew your channels, you're not changing your plans in terms of what you already had thought for who was going to be playing against Mazatlan?
We're going to stick to our plan. I think we had a good one, and sometimes, you can get emotional about things, but it is, we'll stay with. We think it's smart to continue with the plan that we have, and that's going to be getting some fresh bodies in, and but again, that doesn't mean that we're not trying to go win this game. It's a home game. We need wins, both for the tournament's sake and also emotionally. So we understand that part, and I'm looking forward to the game. So yeah, no changes in the plan. I've said pretty openly about what this Leagues Cup is for us, and of course we want to roll and we want to get through it, and but we also want to build rhythm and really have a good idea coming out of this what our best group is and how we're going to go about these last 9 games in the league to get into the postseason, which is our goal, and that we've been consistent with that from the get-go. Again, this is just another opportunity for us to see what we have, and then for guys to compete and move forward.
From the part that was open to the media in this practice, I saw Pons about with the group. Any chance that he might be at least available?
He'll be available for this game. So, in what capacity, we'll see. But it's nice that he's going to be back in the mix. Do we clear on signings yet? Yes. Yeah. Antonio. Yeah. So, obviously Antonio's back with the group, and we got to figure out some minutes for him over the next 2 games. Probably not there yet for this match, but leading into the next one, he's probably available for some minutes. Again, and that's what this has been all season, is finding new opportunities for new guys to come in and start to build some relationships, and he's going to be no different in that space. So it's nice. Franco is inching along to get back into this as well, so it will be nice. Those are going to be 3 important pieces for us, starting with the Austin game. And making sure they're set up to have success in that match or shortly thereafter.
And you already talked about your new player, Carlos. What can you tell us about him? Of course, he's center back, really tall.
He's a lot taller than I am. And he's got league experience. We liked him when he played for Orlando. We thought he was a nice addition there, and he had a good stint here in the MLS and moved on for a variety of different reasons and continued to have success in a really good league. And he's experienced, and he's highly competitive. He's got some trophies under his belt. So this is a type of guy we've been looking for in some ways all year. And it's nice to finally get that type of player in here to help. How does that incorporate? Center back is always a tricky one because, it's not, you're not throwing a winger in there for 20 minutes. This is a key piece, and there's been a lot of work to get to this point. So we got to catch him up as quickly as possible and get him some minutes to see if he's going to be the guy that ends up playing the majority of minutes down the stretch. So that's a little bit of the challenge here, picking guys up in the summer, in particular at the center back. But because he's been around and he understands our league, we anticipate that transition being pretty seamless. Yeah.
Dustin?
Hey, man.
Dustin?
Hey, it looked like we saw Jack play a little more centrally, a little deeper even at times against Tigres. How do you envision that role, that right wing role that you guys have?
Well, Jack needs to be involved in the game, and it wasn't some crazy tactical shift. It was still going out and playing the way we play, but just taking some reins off him a little and allowing him to find the game because he's just, frankly, he's too good to not touch the ball more, and and in particular against man-oriented teams that want to follow guys and start to get well-versed in what we do, it's important to mix it up and find different pockets and make other teams make different decisions. So that's all it is. It was nothing other than him just finding the game, which we've given him the freedom to do.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
Orlando?
I wanted to ask you, how complicated tomorrow's match will be now that you're playing against Mazatlan? And do you think this is a comeback based on your performance against Tigres?
We would like to respond from the loss, if that's what you're asking. I think that's a pretty standard thing in our environment. We always speak about how we respond to tough nights, and so this is a nice opportunity and challenge for us to do that against a good opponent. And I know they rotated guys in the first game, and they'll bring their best group against us. So that's part of the League's Cup as well, in how you manage these minutes and games. And so, your depth will be tested. And I think that it'll be, we'll continue to find out about ourselves. And again, I know it's late in the season to be saying that, but that's still where we're at. And I'm looking forward to watching this group get out there and compete. And I can assure you that will be the response. We'll certainly have a good energy and competitive spirit about us. I don't worry about that much. On the day, how are we from a soccer standpoint? We'll see. We'll find out.
Victor?
You sense your team wanting to rally not just for the badge, the shirt, but also for the league as well?
I would say badge first, second league, if I'm being honest with you, Victor. I think where we're at right now, it's badge first, and I don't think that's selfish of us. I think that's what this is our environment. These are our teammates and everybody that we work for every day here. So that's what we're fighting for. The league, sure. As a guy that's been around this league for 25 years or whatever it's been, I like to see our teams do well, and I would love for the champion to be an MLS team. But my priorities are this organization and getting this group in the right direction.